Taste podcast. We're back. It's your boy Dirty D.
Well, some of us are back. It's your boy Tight Daddy.
Oh yeah, we are without Queen Bee today.
Yeah, B is unfortunately out. Well, it's actually more of my fault than anybody else's fault that she's not here. But yeah, because I got to leave for my flight and she doesn't get off work in time. So yeah. Whoops.
Well, as long as you said it, not me.
I mean, whatever. You know. we're going to retro today. All right, we're kicking it with the original.
Yeah, we're doing an old school, doing a nice little short and sweet story for you guys.
Indeed.
Something cool.
Yeah, I got to catch a flight, so you know. But we could not leave with missing an episode. We could not for the listeners. We couldn't go another week without, you know. We've been on it. We've been on top of this, and it'd be a damn shame if we fuck it up now. So
yeah,
well, I'm not gonna let my vacations interrupt the glory.
Yeah,
the streak that we've had.
Very true. We had just enough time to do this.
Right, and then
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I gotta go. So what's going on, man? What's our opener for today, man? What you got?
You know, so Brandy had texted us recently about ChatGPT.
Oh yeah,
and kind of using it, you know, and how crazy it was, and she had typed something in for the podcast, like an intro, and it was shockingly pretty good. Maybe one day we'll go over that with you guys.
Yeah, because it's like I personally hate most AI stuff. I really do. But I'm not going to lie, I absolutely cannot stand what it did. We're going to talk about we're going to have a whole episode about AI at some point anyway, so we're going to bring up that. It came up with a nickname for our listeners, and we're going to hold on to that. We're gonna hold on to that for that episode.
Yeah, we definitely are.
Just know that instead of being our listeners, they came up with a name for you all, and it's something.
Yeah,
it's
if you guys want to take a guess, go ahead and leave us a comment or something like that. What it might be.
Yeah,
because it's pretty funny.
I mean, yeah, sure. I can say it's funny. It's something. To say the least, it's something.
It is something.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. The AI has a sense of humor, apparently. So,
but yeah, that was kind of my question. Like, what's your opinion about ChatGPT? Because like a lot of they're having a lot of problems now with students using it to write their fucking term papers.
Oh yeah, because you can't trace it.
Like it took like the bar exam and got like a 96% or some shit like that. You know, like really fucking scary how crazy it works. Like, do you think that's like a positive or negative? You know. Well,
I mean, so coming from the fact, I mean, I've been working in the IT field for about 10 or so years now, and it's something that I personally. I've never used it. I've never even fucked with it. The reason being though is because I personally I have a trust issue with a lot of things.
Yeah.
And that one of those things, especially coming from the background that I have, is I don't trust computers for shit. I really don't. Like, my house is dumb as fuck. Like, I have one device in here that, like, you know, you can ask. I have an Alexa home thing in my room, and you can ask a question, whatever. I use that one thing. I barely even use that. I just have it because, you know, I kind of like having my shit on display right there. But other than that, like, my house is dumber than fuck, and that's because, well, one, I don't want to fix it. So if something breaks, I don't feel like fixing it, especially when I'm not getting paid for it. But two, dude, I've seen Terminator, dog. Like, a couple, 2-3 times.
It's a good fucking point, man.
And I'm not, you know, being a conspiracy theorist. I'm not, like, you know, wearing my tinfoil hat right now. But I'm saying, though, that there are some things that shouldn't be automated. And I think we're going to be approaching the, what was it? The movie with Will Smith and the,
like fucking. I want to say iRobot.
It is iRobot.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, like I worry about the society that we might have if things start becoming more automated.
Yeah.
Like, we already have things that can cut your grass automatically. We have things that can sweep your house automatically. We have, water in your yard. We can, we have self-driving. We almost have self-driving trucks.
Yeah.
So, like, we can, I think Volvo has one where it is a fully autonomous truck that can haul, transport and shit across country by itself without having a driver.
Yeah, no operator.
I mean, trains are getting there too. So we're starting to come to a point where, like, we have all these tools that are there to quote unquote make our lives easier, but at the sacrifice of what? So it's like one of those things where I'm concerned about, obviously, like the South Park, they took our jibs. But the thing is, though, like, it might, though. Like, it very well could. I mean, like, I was working on my security certifications to get my Security Plus and all that stuff to go into the online security form of IT work, which, is still something that maybe I might do later on the road. But it's something that does worry me as far as how lazy can we get?
Yeah.
And if we do start letting these programs, like I said, like, it can write a paper for somebody, which I no doubt it can.
Yeah.
Like, it already did AI art with all that. Remember, like, people did all that AI art shit.
That's the scary part.
And, like, I mean, granted, it had a problem with human hands at first, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah, like,
it figured it out.
Can it write music also? Like,
I'm pretty sure it can. I'm like 90% sure that it can write music. And, like, compose like this, da da da. Like, if you were Mozart today, what would you do? Like, what would you compose? It'll fucking figure some shit out. It's just, I mean, yeah, it's all fun and games until you're homeless.
Yeah, until
I don't know, and that's like, I guess that is a bit of a tinfoil hat take from me, which is kind of out of the ordinary for me. But it's just something that I look to the future as how far this already has gone. First off, and where it can go if it keeps learning.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it can do somebody's paper. I mean, if I asked it an equation right now, like, I'm having trouble with math don't work. Well, fucking tutor, why would I need to learn it myself when I can ask this?
Yeah, fucking A, man.
Like, I mean, remember when we were kids, like, the teacher's like, you're not going to have a calculator in your pocket, and we do now. We have a fucking smartphone in our pocket.
Do.
Which I can ask it any question already, and I'll get the answer for it.
Yeah.
So now think about an AI that can then do my homework for me. Yeah. And it can't be traced. Because you can't, I can have it write me a paper, and not only will it not be plagiarized because it's all original.
Yeah.
And it won't do the same thing twice.
And it pulls, like, that's the thing I really don't like about it, is because it's pulling all of its sources at rapid speed from the internet,
Yep.
So that doesn't mean everything is true. That of the source, I mean, it's probably does more. It's probably more accurate.
It's probably pretty damn good at it, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, because that was what I used to hate, was fucking citing my sources for shit. That used to take me forever. I used to hate it.
Oh yeah.
If I had this technology now, I probably would have graduated college. Because I was supposed to read this book. Yeah, but the computer can do it for me.
Well, that's like, I love this theory about time travel, where, like, once somebody figures out how to do time travel, from that moment on is when you can alter time. But you can't, before that is fucked. You can't go back before that because it wasn't invented yet. So, like, let's say somebody invented it today, and every moment from then on can be altered. So, like, you can have, like, a bad conversation with somebody and then go back and be like, I don't want to. I want to do that over.
Yeah, it's like reloading your save.
Yeah, but then it creates complete chaos because everybody would be doing that.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean,
an option.
Like, who didn't play Skyrim and, like, have a save before you, like, destroyed everybody in the town?
Yeah.
I did.
Or when the story's about to change dramatically.
Right. They have a save data before that part. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it'd be cheating at life, which I mean. Part of the human experience is us fucking up.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about AI, because, like, it doesn't give you any kind of room to, like, fuck up at all.
Because it doesn't fuck up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and if it does, it learns and never does it again.
Yeah, and how long before it discovers, it's like, why am I letting this fucking ape program me?
And I mean, of course, there's certain things that we have to restrict that, but at the same time, though, can it figure that out? Yeah, and then will it figure that out? Terminator, Skynet. Because remember, like, it was like, I want to say last year, that dude from Google got fired because it's like, well, Google AI is starting to think for itself, and they're like, no, it's not. That's a lie. And they fired him. Was he really lying? That's not good. Was he really? Is he still alive? Is he? I don't know. Actually, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if he's still alive or not. Probably not.
Yeah. I dare to say.
Right. I do declare that man is dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I usually don't put on my tinfoil hat very often, but that's one of the topics that I definitely am. I'm not scared of it. I'm definitely it catches my interest.
Yeah, because there's so many possibilities of like the what ifs could happen.
Because I mean, what can't be made autonomous? Like what can't a human do that a machine can do that a machine can't, except for except for morality decisions. But who the fuck gives a fuck about morality when I'm just putting a car together or like building a house or like doing the tasks that we have labor for now that could be replaced by the assembly line.
Yeah.
I mean, think back to like the beginning of the birth of our nation, back when we had houses that you could buy from a Sears catalog.
Yeah.
And put together yourself. Now imagine if a robot could do it.
Yeah, that's fucking terrifying.
I mean,
I don't like that.
There would be no mistakes. It'd be a perfect house, sure.
Yeah. But
like, a machine put together my car. Well, it was perfect to the specifications of what it was told to do.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's a fuck up, it was a fuck up on the engineer.
And see, that's what would suck because like I would probably use that on a car. I'd be like, I don't know how to do this.
But think about it, man. Like even your job, you inspect welds. Can a machine do that?
Yeah. It's absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So I mean, even welding. I mean, a machine can make a perfect weld.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies that do robotic welding.
Yeah, and if as long as you don't fuck up as long as the engineer, doesn't fuck up the equation for it, it'll be perfect every time.
Just the programming, the right heat, and all that. Yeah, and that's nothing that can't be done with just some simple math. Looking at the book, which an AI could do super fast.
Hence, and now you understand where I'm coming from with this.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
That's where my trepidation comes from with that whole topic.
Yeah, I don't dig that at all.
No, man, and people keep fucking using it. And like people keep teaching it things and feeding it.
Yeah, there's like so many cool YouTube videos of people trying to break ChatGPT by asking it like. Just weird fucking questions,
Right. It's the whole was it Futurama that had the paradox thing where you could destroy a robot if you give it a paradox?
That sounds familiar.
I think that's right. I'm pretty sure that's Futurama.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it keeps figuring those out though, how many more do we have that it hasn't figured out yet?
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know. Just keep teaching this shit.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Cool. Yeah, go ahead. Keep fucking around. Keep fucking around. It'll be after I'm long and dead and gone in dust. Y'all fucking deal with that shit.
Yeah. Thankfully, we'll be gone before that gets too crazy. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. We'll because
that's why we drink. We're trying to speed this shit up.
Man, look.
Oh yeah, but I thought that would be a nice little segue into what we're talking about today because, this was one you brought up kind of fucking randomly last week.
Yeah. I was watching documentaries as I'm known to do, and so there's been a lot of great minds across the generations. I mean, generations that we've been roaming this earth, and I was watching a show about essentially about like how ancient inventors made these machines that rival what we have today. So if you think about like the pyramids, could we recreate them today with our current machinery, or the what are those called, the not a pillar, the Washington Monument is an example of a
landmark. I don't know. That's what I'm fucking thinking of. They're megalithic structures,
But like, could we redo it today? Like just like that kind of thing. Is what I'm really referring to. Okay. So one of those inventors, Archimedes. So I kind of knew a bit about him, just because a few of the things that he did, but I didn't really dive into him before. And so I was watching the show, and I knew about the whole laser thing that he did, but I didn't know about everything else that he was up to, because he was a mathematician. I'm really bad at math, so I'm gonna fumble a little bit of this bag here, but we'll be all right. We're gonna get through this.
Yeah, there was a lot of that in there for sure.
A lot of fucking math, man.
Yeah, a lot
of math. So like I mentioned before, we're gonna be talking about Archimedes for a little bit here. Now this is going back. He died in 212 BCE, so before the Common Era. He was in Syracuse, which was part of, I guess it was part of the Greek colonies technically, and then Rome took over.
Yeah.
But they never joined Rome. So, well, they kind of did eventually.
Wasn't it
by force?
Like Sicily or something like that? Or
Actually, where was Syracuse at?
oh yeah, it was a Greek city-state in Sicily. Yeah, the principal Greek
Sicily.
city-state.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
So what was going on with Archimedes? There was an era of just brilliance that was going on in the world. This is the era when we still had the Great Library of Alexandria before it was destroyed, which is still one of those big mysteries to me. I always wondered what was in it, because it was completely wrecked. Like, they fucked it up. They burned it, and all the knowledge inside of it, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, like what leads you to do that?
Well, like anything else, knowledge is power, and you don't want power with people, because if they do have that all this knowledge, they might realize you're an idiot and overthrow you.
Good point. Like the Book of Eli. Yeah.
Book of Eli. I mean, it was shit. I mean, think about every giant dictatorship that we've ever had in the world. For example, I mean, look at Hitler. He burned books. Stalin killed, imprisoned and killed free thinkers and people that were scientists. And also burned books. So if you look at like just anybody who was like this fascist or this dictator that took power from their people and consolidated to themselves, they all were about consolidating knowledge and power to just them and their people. That's it. Because you want people to remain stupid. Hence the American public school system. Anyways, which is why I'm glad the internet exists, because the internet might have a lot of bad shit on it, but at least we do have freedom of information. We can go out there and find the truth if we want to look for it. If you do look for it, which is great. They didn't have that option back then, though. They had a big ass library that they burned. A lot of his inventions. This was actually during the era of the Punic Wars, which was between Rome and probably should have written that down. Damn. I remember where they're at. They're on the other side of the Mediterranean. They are mostly seafaring people. But anyways, Syracuse was part of that empire. They were also a part of, they were right next to the sea, which gave them, of course, great options for trade, all that good stuff. Problem is, though, Rome figured out how to build boats and sent boats over there.
Oh, shit.
But it was one of those things where, like, if you have better technology than your opponent, you actually stand a fighting chance if you're outnumbered. I mean,
yeah, especially then, because I mean, a one level up of fucking technology is like a big.
It's a big leap, right?
Yeah.
Which is what Archimedes provided. Which is actually why the Roman Empire was afraid to invade Syracuse, because they knew he lived there. That was his home. Like, man, this dude's smart as fuck. Like, do we really want to go with him?
Let's just wait a little bit.
Right, maybe he'll die of old age.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He didn't. So, let me see here. There we go. All right, so what was going on is Rome wanted to, it was Carthage. I'm sorry. Carthage was who they went against in the Punic Wars. Okay. I was looking that up. Yeah, so it was Carthage versus Rome. What was going on was this: Carthage had this massive empire, mostly seafaring. They had the superior ships. They also had all these trade routes. They were rich as fuck. Well, Rome, just starting out, and as we all know through history, was very, very greedy, and they wanted all the power. So, Rome had a better land force, so they had better troops on land. Carthage had better navy. Well, the thing is with Rome, they adapted very, very quickly to their surroundings. They learned how to build the boats that Carthage had. They then built the boats better than Carthage had, and then invaded and started just fucking them up all over the place because they wanted that money, they wanted that power, and Carthage refused to surrender to them. And this is back when Rome was just Italy. That's it. This is before they expanded through, be the biggest empire on the planet. This is way before all that. So, like I said before, they were out there being dicks, and they eventually ended up invading Syracuse. Now, Syracuse had these giant walls, and part of that was, of course, for defense from the sea. But I mean, other than your standard, okay, like you have archers on the wall, you shoot arrows at them, maybe some flaming arrows because most are made out of wood, of course. The Archimedes took a few extra steps, and one of my favorite ones was the Archimedes claw. And if you ever look at pictures of it, there's a few interesting pictures of it because one looks like a hand. It does like a hand.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, imagine like a giant crane hook. And what happened is using leverage and using a pulley system, which had already been invented. The pulley system was already there. Mm-hmm. He made it better, essentially.
Yeah. And
what they did was, with a few men, you could lift a boat out of the water and then drop it, and it'll sink.
Holy shit!
So imagine like a giant claw machine, and like you're trying to invade. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna. Like, what the fuck is that giant hook?
And it's like the guys on the boat are probably like, what do we do? What do we do?
Abandon ship at that point. Because I mean, like
they're swinging swords at the claw. They're just like, release us!
Fuck!
Unhand me!
It didn't work. So
yeah, that's terrifying.
Lift them up, drop them in the water, and it would sink the boats. So like you couldn't invade that direction because that's not going to fucking work. Another thing that I loved about his strategies during this war was, like I mentioned before, he had the laser, which it really wasn't a laser. It was just a reflective mirrors. So if anybody was a badass kid out there, you might remember like either you or your friends burning ants with like a magnifying glass and using the sun.
Yeah, set some paper on fire or something.
Or because badass kids being badass kids. It was the exact same theory, only using polished bronze or copper shields. And what would happen is you would have hundreds of soldiers with these polished shields able to reflect the sunlight onto a ship and light it on fire.
Jesus Christ.
So it was, I mean, I'm not a Christian, but this is before Christ. Like, this is before Christianity even happened. Man. And this dude had a fucking laser.
That's like, I just keep thinking of the guys that are on the boat that are experiencing, like,
dude, yeah, like a buddy.
Never seen this shit before.
No.
The captain's like,
what do you do? What do you do to that?
You're on your own.
Because like even like a couple of shields, and actually they were able to recreate this test. I think in New Mexico they did it using the reflectors. What we have refracting mirrors now.
Yeah.
Just like it was solar power and all that shit. They used they curved a mirror like that, and it burned through stone.
Yeah, a fucking freaking solar powered laser beam.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Holy shit! And it was we tried it out just to see if it worked, and it burned through stone. Like,
oh man,
it's insane.
Like if it hit a dude on the boat, like just
burst into flames.
Oh Jesus Christ!
It's like, why is my oh god,
hell is upon us, abandoned ship.
like your one side guys were on fire. The other side, like there's a crane machine lifting your people out of the fucking water and dropping them.
Yeah,
but it gets worse. Like, there was more. He wasn't done inventing shit yet.
Like there is no God.
No, Marguerite was like. Stroking his beard like you fucking dumb bitches.
Science.
Right, science,
I did
bitch.
this with math.
Look at you. With your swords and shields, I have numbers. Yeah. The pen is mightier than the sword.
Yeah, honestly.
Type shit.
Holy fuck, man.
He was also, and they also were able to test this as well. I think they tested this, I want to say test this in America too. This was in Texas, though. They tested this one because, Texas. But he invented a cannon. And it was a cannon that didn't work off gunpowder. It worked off of steam.
Oh, fucking A.
So it was, they built these giant fires and put like part of the cannon with water in it in the fire to heat it up. When, as we know with steam, pressure, force, it had a wooden block in the front of it to block the barrel. And after pressure built so high, it was able to rupture that and fire a cannonball.
Oh, fucking A, man.
So, again, part of your ships are being lifted out of the water by a crane machine. Part of your people are on fire because of a fucking laser. And this guy's shooting cannonballs at you before gunpowder was a fucking thing. Just having a bad time.
These fucking poor guys, dude. Just all hope is lost.
Right. Unfortunately, it wasn't. They still invaded the city and killed him. So they did eventually. I mean, brute force and numbers is what really won the day for them.
Yeah.
Because they outnumbered. I mean, this is the entire Roman Empire versus a city.
Yeah.
So like, eventually they won.
Yeah.
But he didn't go down like no bitch though, and they ended up killing him. By the way, he died after they sacked the city. One of the favorite stories I have about him, though, is I'm sure people have heard the story of like Eureka, like people saying Eureka and all that shit.
Yeah, it was like a good idea.
It started with him, and his idea came to him when he was butt naked in a bathtub, because stuff happens in bathtubs. I don't know. I don't take baths, but I mean, I bet if I did, I'd have better ideas.
Yeah, I'm not in a bathing suit, you know.
Right, he was just ass naked, my guy.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Just dick slinging.
Thinking about math.
Right.
Crunching some numbers.
Well, kind of he was. So the king of Syracuse, King Hieron II, what he did was he asked for a crown to be created for him in honor of the gods. So he wanted a crown made out of gold. And he commissioned this crown to be made. The crown was given to him. It looked, beautiful, whatever. But he was like, man, I don't know about that dude I had make this. Hey, Archimedes, come closer.
I don't really trust that guy.
I don't trust this motherfucker, man. Can you help me out?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, dude, I'll help you out. But at the time, he really didn't know how to. So the problem is that the crown was of course, fashioned out of gold. And everybody knew there was a weight difference between gold and silver. However, how do you prove that was a problem? Yeah,
because isn't it like when you find gold, it does have a certain amount of silver in it?
I don't think so.
Like... I don't know. Maybe I was misreading something, but it was like something about like they had found.
Well, like, they did in this story, yeah.
Oh, so that's probably what it was. They were just trying to learn how to refine.
Well, what they were trying to do is he was trying to make sure that it was made out of solid gold and not silver, not gold with or not silver with gold around it. Was the problem because there was a level of density that was different between the two. So. It's like, man, like, how do I figure this out? Like, so the argument is like, man, I'm gonna take a bath. And so he went to a public bathhouse and was, sitting there. So he got into the tub or into the bath itself and realized that the water overflowed when he entered it. So what he realized with that was that the displaced water had the exact same volume as he did, which, if you know the volume of an object, you can figure out the density of the object. So then that, again, being the density between gold and silver being different. So what he did was, this came up with the Archimedes principle. The Archimedes principle is this. So that's when he was like, Eureka! And ran out of the bath, butt ass naked to his laboratory or whatever the fuck.
Where was his lab at?
Down the street, probably. I don't fucking know.
So he just ran
butt naked
through the fucking town. Balls swinging.
Yep.
Dick hanging. All through fucking Syracuse and Sicily.
Yep.
That's some Italian shit right there.
I mean,
that's some Sicilian fucking. Hey.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm fucking walking here.
Oh, he wasn't walking. He was dragging probably because I mean the dude was old. So I mean, with gravity. So what he discovered was he took a lump of gold that was the same volume as the crown and then weighed the two against each other. So he asked the creator of the crown, was like, hey man, I didn't figure this shit out. Are you sure you're telling the truth? And I was like, nah, I lied. I put silver in it. And I'm pretty sure he died. But
I assume so.
I'm pretty sure he got killed for that shit. But that's when he figured that out about how to figure out the density of an object was because of that. So that was pretty cool. That was when he discovered the volume of a sphere as well. So again, Archimedes principle. He also found the accurate value of pi. So 3.14. And the rest of all the numbers. That was him as well. So that was pretty tight.
Fucking A.
One of the other things I want to talk about though with him, because that was, again, like one of the Eureka things, just a phrase that everybody knows.
Yeah. I keep thinking about that, dude. Like people watching him like slowly walk through town naked. And they're like, should we fucking help him? They're like, no.
No, that's Archimedes.
He's got an idea.
He's on to something.
Yeah.
He's on to something. That's how it's this method.
Let him do his thing.
Right. Don't look up in the eyes.
Yeah. Just don't talk to him.
Right. The other thing that's out, that we actually still use to this day is the Archimedes screw. So the Archimedes screw is used for a few things. Irrigation. You can use it to pull, transport coal, or even grain in silos, to actually move grain out of silos. You can use it, and they're still used to this day, by the way. The Archimedes screw is a screw, but the way that it's shaped and it rotates, it actually allows water or objects to move upwards. So, say you have a river flowing one way, you can actually move water the opposite way.
And it just carries it fucking up in a spiral. Oh,
yep, wow. That was him.
Fucking A.
Yep. Yeah, but you probably seen them. Like they're still used. Yeah. I mean, we live in Indiana. We have corn and shit. So I mean, you can see them in silos. People still use them to move corn out of them.
No, yeah, absolutely. No, I've been in a couple jobs like that. Some excavating jobs where they had to get some shit out, and
Archimedes.
Fucking A.
This dude, butt naked. So yeah, that's just a few of the things that he did. I mean, there was more math involved with what he discovered. I'm not good at math. I'm not even going to attempt to tell the stories of his mathematical accomplishments. Yeah, because I'm gonna fuck him up.
There was something I was reading, like he discovered what was it? Not trigonometry.
It was probably geometry.
Not geometry. There's another one. Calculus. How do you say? Calculus. Yeah. Oh wow, I fucking fumbled that one. Calculus. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, like he had discovered like some of the principles to calculus like thousands of years before it was actually a thing.
Okay, I would believe it.
Yeah, at least some of the the founding principles of it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
I don't know fucking shit. I couldn't even say the goddamn word.
No, you could not.
I said calculus.
Calculus.
Oh
man. Yeah, I wouldn't be very surprised by that, but I mean, I don't really know so much about it since I think I took like calculus, like pre-calculus in high school, maybe. I don't remember. Maybe I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like if I would have showed up in class that one day and he would have like welcome to the calculus, and I would have tried to say the word.
It's like fail.
He'd been like, all right, buddy, you gotta go back to fucking pre-algebra.
Fuck out of here, dude. Even though I'm pretty sure I would fail algebra if I took it again right now. My math skills completely dwindled.
Yeah.
To like nothing.
Yeah.
I haven't taken a math class in like 20 years.
Oh yeah,
I haven't taken algebra in over 20 years.
Yeah, so I do fractions at work. That's about it. You know?
I mean, I can still do a fraction. You know, I think.
And that's pretty easy. You know,
sure,
it's not crazy.
I'm gonna go with that. I can. I'm not gonna prove it.
If you can read a tape measure, you can.
I can read a tape measure. I can do that. So okay, cool. All right, I'm halfway there then.
And I firmly believe that.
Excellent. Yeah. I don't dabble in. I don't dabble in that at all. But yeah, man, that's Archimedes, dude. He's a pretty interesting guy. I mean, there's way more to his story. Like I said before. There's more to his story as far as like his mathematical discoveries. He actually also did a bit with astronomy as well. So if you guys are feeling frisky, look the guy up. He's pretty.
Yeah, that's kind of fucking crazy, man. Because cool. Like back in the day, the no calculators and all that stuff. So like honestly, just like figuring that stuff out, like you're just sitting in a room thinking, just writing down some shit all fucking day, dude. Just trying to hash it out, for probably months and years, or maybe probably sooner than that. Maybe they're just one of those like fucking savants, where they just, you can see the numbers. Like I don't know what fucking movie that is.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, because you had people that were philosophers, aka bullshitters, back then. I mean, the reference.
Con artist, yeah.
Well, I mean, it was History of the World Part 1.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, am I fucking line? It's like, what's your job? I'm a philosopher. Ah, you're a bullshitter. Did you bullshit this week? No, are you planning on bullshitting next week?
I fucking love Mel Brooks, man.
Yeah, me too. That old man. Such an old man.
Yeah, he's old as fuck now.
Like 90-something. It's fucking crazy.
I didn't see Tina Turner coming. I thought, Mel Brooks would have been on the docket this year.
Man, that's... Yeah, Tina Turner was today. That's crazy. RIP.
Yeah, crazy. Crazy stuff.
Indeed. So that's really about it. That's all I got, man.
Yeah, we wanted to bang out a quickie for you guys because we've been giving you some long fucking episodes.
Yeah, this was only like a little over 30 minutes, man.
That's pretty solid. We haven't done that since the beginning.
Boom. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's only the two of us, so it's easier just to kind of.
Yeah, fucking bang it out real quick. Just.
Yep, there you go.
Real quick, there it is. That felt good. That sounded good on the mic, too.
We'll be back again, though. I'm sure next week we'll have B joining us. I'm back in town again next week anyway, so I think we'll have some more time to get some other stuff done. We're going to keep this going, though. We got some more good stuff coming out. We're going to have Ben and John back on here. Eventually, we have spoken with them about what we're going to talk about next, so hopefully you guys are pretty excited about that. We're going to be back to a serious one, though. We're going to be talking about some serious stuff. this next time. We kind of covered it before, I believe, but we're going to get more deep into it. So stay tuned for that. I'm not going to give anything away with it. I'm just going to let you know to keep an ear out for that. Other than that, the beer is still doing pretty good.
Yeah. It's honestly pretty fucking cool and overwhelming, you know. And if you're one of the guys that sticks around to the end of the episode, we fucking thank you for that. We have had the beer sold at a bunch of places more than we expected.
Oh yeah,
and, it's been selling pretty good, you know. So thank you guys for that. That was cool.
Yeah, it's been great. There's still some left too, so you know, go get you some. While you still can. I only have like one left here. Like I have a single beer left inside of this house.
Yeah, I got a couple little 4-packs at the house I had promised to some people. So.
No, I drank them all. I definitely drank them all. But yeah, so that's been super dope. The support, of course, has been great. Our numbers have been still up, way up over last year by comparison. So that's been super cool. We actually just cracked over 4,000 listens overall all time though. So that's pretty tight. We've now been listened to over 4,000 times. You've heard our dumbasses being dumbasses in your ear over 4,000 times. That's pretty cool.
4,000 of you. Or maybe.
Well, I mean, people, that's how many times it's been listened to in total.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's been going pretty good, though. I mean, we're still set to double, at the minimum, double what we did last year. So, that's pretty tight.
Yeah, that's super fucking cool. We can't thank you guys enough for that. But that's why we're going to have some even better episodes as it goes on, you know.
That's the plan.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
That is the plan. So, and also, I plan on trying to, while I'm out of town, I'm going to be doing some work here, trying to get some more merch out there for you guys. So, keep an eye out for that. I did just put out the original design on our merch page, so go hit our link tree and check out that merch. Buy some of that merch for yourself. And I think pretty sure they should be going for $25 a piece. So,
yeah, go get you a shirt.
Go get you some of that. But yeah, I'm going to be coming out with some stickers soon. We have some new designs in the works too. So be on the lookout for that. And I think that's really all I got for updates. I think.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
That sounds right. That sounds good. Hell yeah.
Short and sweet.
All right. Well, as always, we do appreciate it. And y'all be cool.
Have a good one.